got to use CPVC per building code. So the purple stuff is the primer. You put a primer on and then the glue that you see on the pipe. So down there's my valves in the back, and hot and cold water line comes up. It tees over for the tub over here, goes under the girder and back up. Behind the toilet flange is where the cold water line to feed the toilet goes, and underneath the girder, running under the floor joists, is the hot and cold water line that will go right up against the wall right there for the vanity sink. So I'm pretty much done. I got a little bit left to do right there. I ran out of 90-degree fittings. Here's the toilet flange for the toilet, and there you go. The floor, wood floor installation has begun. There's the very first board, and wow, what an ordeal. That first board just has a lot going on. It's got 2 outlets on either side, you can see, and the hot and cold water line for the pedestal sink, and the drain for the sink is stobbed up. So I had to drill all those holes, do some PVC work. And you can see the drain, it goes out under the foundation where the toilet flange and toilet drain goes. The wire conduit, you can see the armored wire running under there, is tied into the junction box. I had to cut the square holes for the metal boxes, outlet boxes in there. So that very first board is pretty important. So I got to put my on-off, shut-off valves on my hot and cold water line, but they're stopped up, ready to go, and I already have them. I just didn't put them on yet. The next thing will be cutting the hole for the toilet flange PVC pipe around the floor. And then when I get all the way to the other side, you can see the hot and cold water line for the tub, and some outlets in the corners over there as well. In the corner, opposite corner, there'll be one, you can see it laying there. And I still have to put the drain in as well. The drain will run out where the hot and cold water lines go for the tub. So that's all ready to go. You see the foam board I got all down, insulation foam board, and before I put it down, I put this boric acid powder, talcum powder, boric acid insecticide treatment down under the entire foundation. All the junk that was under there is pressure treated, so it's pretty bug proof. But as an added measure, I sprinkled heavily, and you can see the powder right over here. I still have to do some drain work that I just haven't done yet for the tub. I got the hot and cold water lines, but I just got some foam and insulation set in there just so it's ready, and I can real quick put in the 1-inch PVC drain. It only takes a second to remove some of those blocks of foam board and some of that insulation, but you can see that white powder that's under everything. Just a big dusting, so that if you ever were to somehow get bugs under here, it just, wouldn't be a habitable environment for them with that boric acid treatment. So that should keep everything clean underneath. So there's my hot and cold water lines. And then what was really a challenge was the P-trap for the tub. I just have the decorative chrome lightly sitting in there. I'll pull it out, ready to install. But there's the P-trap, and then the PVC that runs out under the foundation is done. And so there you go. When I put the floor down, I put my hot and cold water shutoff valves on. So the last board, or the second to last board, will have all these cutouts for the drain and the hot and cold water line. And I put the stop valve, shutoff valve for the toilet on today. I haven't got to that yet, so I got that done. And got a rag in the toilet flame so I don't drop something down it. And for the sink, the drain pipe and the hot and cold water, that's been done for a while. So I had to pull out the tub and drop measurements off of the plumbing from the faucet that's in the tub, the fixtures in the back, and the drain. It's just, and I hope I got it right. So when I cut my holes, I'm going to make them a little sloppy, a little large, because they'll have flanges hiding the holes. That way, if I'm off a little bit, I can kind of move the pipe left, right, forward, back. Well, a lot of that pipe in there is somewhat loose, so I can shift it around a little bit if I have to. So chances are I'll have to do a little bit of that. But there you go.